Work hard in silence, for true achievement does not need to be broadcasted. It speaks for itself through the results it yields. In a world where validation is often sought through external applause and recognition, the most profound progress happens behind closed doors, in the quiet, steady dedication to the work itself. Silence allows us to focus without distraction, giving us the clarity to refine our craft and the space to let our abilities shine without external interference. It is in the absence of constant validation that real growth occurs, where we can fully immerse ourselves in our purpose without the pressure of comparison or judgment. The power of silence is profound, acting as both a shield and a tool for self-discovery and mastery. In a world filled with endless noise, both literal and metaphorical, silence has the ability to cut through distractions, offering a clarity that is rare and transformative. When embraced intentionally, it becomes a foundation for enhancing focus and creativity, building resilience and patience, and deepening one's connection to their work and purpose. Silence allows the mind to concentrate in ways that noise cannot. The absence of interruptions creates a space where thoughts can unfold organically, free from the influence of external chaos. This stillness gives rise to a heightened state of focus, where ideas are not just fleeting, but can be nurtured into something substantial. When we silence the external world, we amplify our inner world, allowing creativity to flow unencumbered. Creativity thrives in moments of solitude because it is here that the mind can experiment without fear of judgment or the need for immediate results. It is in these quiet moments that innovation is born, where the seeds of breakthrough ideas are planted. Patience is a natural byproduct of silent work. The practice of working in silence teaches one to appreciate the process rather than rushing toward the outcome. Silence strips away the impatience often fueled by external pressures or the need for quick validation. In silence, one learns to embrace the unglamorous repetition required for mastery, finding satisfaction in incremental progress. This patience not only builds endurance, but also fosters a deeper appreciation for the nuances of the craft. Each small step forward, however insignificant it might seem at the time, is a testament to the resilience cultivated through consistent, silent effort. The connection to one's work deepens in the absence of noise. Distractions pull us away from the essence of what we are doing and why we are doing it. Silence, on the other hand, centers us. It strips away the superficial layers and allows us to engage with our tasks on a more profound level. This engagement is not just functional, but emotional. When working in silence, the work becomes an extension of ourselves, a canvas where our thoughts, ideas, and passions converge. This intimate relationship with the work is where true fulfillment lies, as it shifts the focus from external rewards to internal satisfaction. Silence also acts as a teacher, guiding us to confront our limitations and discover our strengths. When external voices fade, we are left alone with our thoughts, fears, and aspirations. This can be uncomfortable, but it is in this discomfort that growth occurs. Silence forces us to rely on our own resources, encouraging self-reliance and inner strength. It teaches us to trust our instincts and judgments, making us less dependent on the opinions of others. This independence not only strengthens our confidence, but also frees us to pursue our goals authentically, without the need to conform to external expectations. The creative power of silence extends beyond the immediate task at hand. It shapes how we approach problems, fostering a mindset that is both curious and solution-oriented. Without the distraction of noise, we can observe patterns, connect ideas, and see possibilities that might otherwise remain hidden. This clarity transforms the way we think, allowing us to approach challenges with a sense of calm and purpose. It is this calmness that enables us to persist, even in the face of setbacks. Silence becomes a sanctuary where resilience is built, offering us the strength to navigate difficulties without losing sight of our objectives. Resilience is further reinforced through the discipline required to work in silence. Choosing silence over noise is an intentional act, one that requires commitment and self-control. This discipline builds character, as it demands that we prioritize long-term goals over immediate gratification. In silence, there are no shortcuts, no applause for every small achievement. This absence of external validation forces us to find motivation within ourselves, making us stronger and more steadfast in our pursuits. The beauty of working in silence is that it allows us to immerse ourselves fully in the present moment. When distractions are removed, we can experience the work in its entirety, noticing details that might otherwise go unnoticed. This mindfulness enriches the quality of our work and deepens our connection to it. It also fosters gratitude for the journey, helping us find joy in the process rather than focusing solely on the outcome. This shift in perspective transforms work from a means to an end into an act of self-expression and personal growth. The power of silence lies in its ability to transform not just how we work, but how we live. By embracing silence, we create a space where focus, creativity, resilience, and patience can thrive. We learn to value the journey over the destination, the process over the result. In this way, silence becomes not just a tool, but a way of being, one that connects us more deeply to ourselves, our work, and the world around us. It teaches us that true power does not come from noise or recognition, but from the quiet, steady effort that builds something lasting and meaningful. In a society that often measures success through likes, shares, and applause, the pursuit of validation has become a significant distraction. Seeking approval from others may feel natural, as humans are inherently social creatures. Yet this pursuit can undermine our authenticity and derail our focus from what truly matters. The pitfalls of seeking validation lie not just in its fleeting nature, but also in the way it shifts our priorities from inner fulfillment to external recognition. When we chase validation, we relinquish control over our sense of self. Our confidence becomes tied to the opinions of others, leaving us vulnerable to their praise or criticism. This dependence weakens our ability to stand firm in our values and decisions. Instead of acting based on what we genuinely believe, we begin to mold ourselves to fit into others' expectations. This compromises our authenticity as we prioritize being accepted over being true to ourselves. Over time, this need for approval can become a habit, drawing us further away from our unique identity. The cycle of seeking validation is also inherently unsatisfying. External approval, while momentarily gratifying, is rarely enduring. The praise we receive today may be forgotten tomorrow, leaving us to chase the next round of recognition. This endless pursuit can become a distraction, pulling our focus away from meaningful goals. Rather than channeling energy into personal growth or impactful work, we expend it on trying to impress others. This not only diminishes the quality of our efforts, but also creates a constant state of comparison, where our sense of worth is measured against others. Breaking free from the need for validation requires a shift in mindset. It involves recognizing that true self-worth comes from within, not from the opinions of others. Self-reliance is a key part of this process. By learning to trust our instincts and judgments, we build a foundation of confidence that is independent of external praise. This self-reliance allows us to focus on what we value rather than what others expect of us. It empowers us to pursue goals that align with our passions and principles, fostering a sense of purpose and fulfillment. Authenticity flourishes when we let go of the need for approval. When we are no longer preoccupied with how others perceive us, we are free to express ourselves fully and honestly. This freedom encourages creativity and innovation, as we are no longer constrained by fear of judgment or failure. Authenticity also strengthens our relationships, as it allows us to connect with others on a deeper, more genuine level. By being true to ourselves, we inspire trust and respect, creating meaningful connections that are not based on superficial validation. Letting go of validation also enhances our ability to handle criticism. When our sense of self-worth is rooted in internal confidence, we are less affected by negative feedback. Instead of viewing criticism as a personal attack, we can see it as an opportunity for growth. This perspective allows us to learn from constructive feedback without being overwhelmed by the fear of disapproval. It also helps us filter out unhelpful or irrelevant opinions, focusing only on insights that can genuinely help us improve. Avoiding validation requires discipline, as it means resisting the temptation to seek approval in moments of doubt or insecurity. This discipline builds resilience, as it teaches us to find strength and motivation within ourselves. It also fosters independence, as we learn to rely on our internal compass rather than the opinions of others. This independence is empowering, as it gives us the freedom to chart our own path and define success on our own terms. Overcoming the distraction of validation also allows us to focus more deeply on our work. When we are not preoccupied with how others will perceive our efforts, we can immerse ourselves fully in the process. This focus enhances the quality of our work, as we are driven by a desire to create something meaningful rather than something impressive. It also makes the journey more enjoyable, as we are not weighed down by the pressure to meet others' expectations. This sense of fulfillment is far more sustainable than the fleeting satisfaction of external praise. Choosing authenticity over validation also helps us navigate the ups and downs of life with greater stability. External approval is often unpredictable, subject to the whims of others. When we depend on it, our confidence rises and falls with their opinions. By focusing on internal validation, we create a more stable foundation for our self-worth. This stability allows us to weather challenges and setbacks with resilience, as we are not overly swayed by external circumstances. It also gives us the courage to take risks and pursue our goals, knowing that our worth is not tied to the outcome. Avoiding validation is about reclaiming control over our sense of self. It is about choosing to prioritize our own values, passions, and goals over the fleeting opinions of others. By focusing on self-reliance and authenticity, we create a life that is more meaningful and fulfilling. This shift not only liberates us from the distractions of approval, but also allows us to engage with our work and relationships in a deeper, more genuine way. It is a path that leads not only to success, but also to a profound sense of inner peace and satisfaction. Consistency is the uncelebrated cornerstone of success. In a world that glorifies instant achievements and dramatic transformations, the power of steady, incremental progress is often overlooked. Yet it is this quiet and unrelenting dedication that lays the foundation for meaningful results. The principle of consistency teaches us that small, repeated efforts can accumulate into monumental outcomes over time. It shifts our focus from the allure of immediate gratification to the long-term impact of persistence. Small improvements, when made consistently, have a compounding effect. Just as a single drop of water may seem insignificant, the steady flow of drops can carve through rock over time. This principle holds true in every aspect of life, from personal growth to professional achievement. When we commit to regular, deliberate practice, each small step builds upon the last, creating a ripple effect that leads to transformative results. These incremental improvements may not be immediately visible, but their impact becomes undeniable as they compound over weeks, months, and years. The beauty of consistency lies in its simplicity. It does not require dramatic changes or grand gestures. Instead, it calls for a steadfast commitment to showing up every day regardless of circumstances. This daily dedication creates a rhythm, a momentum that propels us forward even when motivation wanes. Consistency teaches us the value of perseverance. reminding us that success is not about flashes of brilliance, but about sustained effort over time. It is the unglamorous repetition, the quiet discipline that separates those who achieve lasting results from those who give up too soon. Consistency also fosters discipline, a quality that is essential for navigating the challenges of any journey. Discipline is the ability to continue working toward a goal even when the excitement has faded. When progress feels slow or when obstacles arise, it is the foundation of resilience, enabling us to push through setbacks and maintain focus on the bigger picture. Through consistency, we develop the habit of discipline, training ourselves to prioritize long-term goals over short-term comfort. This habit becomes a source of strength, allowing us to stay the course even in the face of adversity. One of the most profound impacts of consistency is the confidence it builds. Each small success reinforces our belief in our abilities, creating a positive feedback loop that motivates us to keep going. This confidence is not based on external validation, but on the knowledge that we are capable of doing the work. It is rooted in the evidence of our own efforts, in the progress we see as a result of our dedication. This kind of confidence is unshakable because it is built on a foundation of experience rather than fleeting praise. Consistency also creates a sense of stability in an unpredictable world. While external circumstances may change, the commitment to consistent effort remains a constant. This stability provides a sense of control, a grounding force that keeps us focused on what we can influence. It also helps us navigate uncertainty with greater ease, as we know that progress is always possible through sustained effort. This sense of stability is especially valuable during challenging times, offering a source of reassurance and direction when everything else feels uncertain. The long-term impact of consistency is perhaps its most compelling aspect. While immediate results may be gratifying, they are often fleeting. Consistency, on the other hand, creates lasting change. The skills we develop, the habits we form, and the progress we make through consistent effort become a permanent part of who we are. They shape our character, our capabilities, and our future in profound ways. This lasting impact extends beyond individual achievements, influencing how we approach challenges, relationships, and opportunities throughout our lives. Consistency is also a powerful antidote to the distractions of comparison. In a world where success is often measured by outward appearances, it is easy to feel discouraged when our progress does not match that of others. Consistency shifts the focus from external benchmarks to personal growth. It reminds us that our journey is unique and that true success is not about keeping pace with others, but about making steady progress toward our own goals. By focusing on consistency, we free ourselves from the pressure of comparison and find satisfaction in our own efforts. Moreover, consistency teaches us patience, an increasingly rare virtue in a culture of instant gratification. It reminds us that meaningful progress takes time and that the rewards of sustained effort are worth the wait. Patience allows us to appreciate the journey, to find joy in the process rather than fixating on the destination. This shift in perspective transforms the way we experience growth, making it a source of fulfillment rather than frustration. Through consistency, we learn to trust the process, knowing that each step forward, no matter how small, brings us closer to our goals. The connection between consistency and results is undeniable. When we commit to regular effort, we create a framework for success that is both reliable and sustainable. Consistency allows us to build momentum, turning small actions into significant progress over time. It also ensures that our efforts are focused and intentional, maximizing their impact. This steady progress not only brings us closer to our goals, but also reinforces our belief in the value of persistence. It is a reminder that success is not a single event, but a series of consistent actions that add up over time. Consistency is not just a strategy for achieving results. It is a mindset, a way of approaching life with determination and purpose. It is the quiet force that drives meaningful change, the invisible thread that ties small actions to great outcomes. By embracing consistency, we commit to the journey, to the process of growth and improvement that defines true success. It is a powerful reminder that even the smallest steps, when taken consistently, can lead to extraordinary destinations. Silence is a powerful protector of emotional and mental energy, offering a refuge in an increasingly chaotic and demanding world. It provides a space where the mind can reset, the heart can heal, and the spirit can recharge. By stepping away from noise, both external and internal, silence creates an environment where focus, clarity, and emotional stability can thrive. This preservation of energy is not merely about avoiding noise, but about reclaiming control over how we engage with the world. Silence acts as a shield against the relentless demands of modern life. The constant barrage of conversations, notifications, and external stimuli can drain us of our emotional reserves, leaving us feeling depleted and overwhelmed. When we choose silence, we establish boundaries that protect us from this overexposure. It allows us to pause and step back, giving our minds the necessary time to process and recover. In this quiet space, we are not required to react, explain, or justify ourselves, conserving energy that would otherwise be consumed by the demands of social interaction. The mental clarity that silence fosters is one of its greatest gifts. In a world filled with distractions, our thoughts can become scattered, making it difficult to focus on what truly matters. Silence provides the stillness needed to organize these thoughts, filter out the irrelevant, and concentrate on the essential. This clarity enhances our ability to make decisions and approach challenges with a calm, composed mindset. In the absence of noise, the mind becomes a fertile ground for creativity and problem solving, as it is free from the clutter that often clouds our judgment. Emotional energy is another resource that silence helps preserve. Constant interaction, whether through conversations or digital engagements, can lead to emotional fatigue, especially when we are navigating difficult relationships or high-stress environments. Silence offers a sanctuary where we can process our emotions without external interference. It allows us to reflect on our feelings, understand their roots, and address them in a constructive way. By doing so, we reduce the risk of emotional burnout and build resilience, equipping ourselves to handle future challenges more effectively. Mindfulness and presence are deeply connected to the practice of silence. When we embrace quiet moments, we become more aware of the present. This heightened awareness helps us connect with our surroundings, our tasks, and ourselves in a more meaningful way. By focusing on the here and now, we reduce the anxiety that comes from dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. Silence becomes a tool for grounding ourselves, anchoring our energy in the moment, and ensuring that it is not wasted on unproductive thoughts or actions. Silence also teaches us the value of intentional engagement. Not every situation or conversation requires our participation, and recognizing this is a key aspect of preserving energy. By choosing when to speak and when to remain silent, we prioritize our energy for moments that truly matter. This selectivity ensures that our efforts are purposeful and impactful, rather than being diluted by unnecessary distractions. Silence, therefore, becomes a strategy for effective energy management, allowing us to focus on what aligns with our values and goals. The restorative power of silence extends beyond the mind to the body. Stress and tension often manifest physically, and silence provides an opportunity to release this built-up strain. In moments of quiet, we can tune into our breathing, relax our muscles, and reconnect with our physical selves. This mindful connection between body and mind fosters a sense of balance and well-being, enhancing our overall ability to navigate life's demands. Silence becomes a form of self-care, a practice that nurtures not just our mental and emotional health, but our physical health as well. Silence also strengthens our ability to regulate emotions. When we respond to situations impulsively, driven by heightened emotions, we often expend unnecessary energy and create additional stress. Silence gives us the space to pause, allowing emotions to settle before we act. This pause prevents reactive behavior, enabling us to approach challenges with greater thoughtfulness and composure. Over time, this practice of emotional regulation builds resilience as we learn to handle stress and adversity without becoming overwhelmed. The act of choosing silence is a declaration of self-preservation in a world that often demands constant engagement. It is a way of asserting control over our time, our energy, and our well-being. Silence reminds us that we are not obligated to respond to every demand or participate in every conversation. It teaches us to prioritize our needs, ensuring that we are not drained by obligations that do not serve us. By embracing silence, we create a space where we can recharge and refocus, preparing ourselves to engage with the world in a more intentional and meaningful way. Silence also fosters a deeper connection with ourselves. In the quiet, we can reflect on our thoughts, values, and aspirations without the influence of external noise. This self-reflection helps us better understand who we are and what we want, providing a strong foundation for personal growth. Silence becomes a sanctuary for introspection, a place where we can reconnect with our true selves and realign with our purpose. This interconnection is a source of strength, helping us navigate life's challenges with clarity and determination. In addition to preserving our own energy, silence enhances our interactions with others. When we are not preoccupied with speaking or reacting, we become better listeners and observers. This heightened awareness allows us to understand others more deeply, fostering empathy and strengthening relationships. Silence creates a space for meaningful communication, where we can engage with others in a way that is thoughtful and intentional. It also helps us set boundaries, ensuring that our interactions are respectful of our energy and time. Silence is not just the absence of noise, it is a practice of mindfulness and self-care. It is a way of reclaiming our energy and directing it toward what truly matters. In a world that often values constant activity and engagement, silence reminds us of the power of stillness. It is in these quiet moments that we find clarity, resilience, and the strength to move forward with purpose. By exploring the protective nature of silence, we discover a tool that not only preserves our energy, but also enriches our lives, allowing us to engage with the world in a more balanced and intentional way. Mindfulness and internal motivation are deeply interconnected, serving as guiding principles for a meaningful and fulfilling life. Together, they help us navigate challenges, remain focused, and derive satisfaction from our efforts. Mindfulness anchors us in the present moment, while internal motivation drives us forward with a sense of purpose. When these two elements work in harmony, they create a powerful framework for personal growth, resilience, and sustained success. Mindfulness begins with the practice of being fully present, paying attention to the here and now without judgment. In a world filled with distractions and constant demands, this presence allows us to pause, breathe, and focus on what truly matters. By being mindful, we can tune into our thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations, gaining a deeper understanding of ourselves. This self-awareness is transformative, as it helps us identify what drives us and what depletes us, enabling us to make choices that align with our goals and values. Internal motivation is the energy that comes from within, a force fueled by our passions, values, and aspirations. Unlike external motivation, which relies on rewards or validation, internal motivation is sustainable because it is deeply personal. It is the quiet determination to keep going, even when no one is watching, and even when progress feels slow. Internal motivation is born from a genuine connection to our purpose, a sense of meaning that transcends external expectations. It empowers us to pursue goals that resonate with our true selves, fostering a sense of fulfillment that external rewards cannot replicate. The synergy between mindfulness and internal motivation lies in their mutual reinforcement. Mindfulness enhances our ability to connect with our internal motivation by helping us focus on the process rather than the outcome. When we are mindful, we become more attuned to the small, meaningful moments within our work. The satisfaction of learning something new, the joy of overcoming a challenge, or the pride in making progress. These moments fuel our internal motivation, reminding us why we started and why the effort is worth it. This shift in perspective transforms the way we approach our goals, allowing us to find value in the journey rather than fixating solely on the destination. Mindfulness also helps us manage distractions and maintain focus on our goals. By staying present, we can resist the urge to compare ourselves to others or seek validation from external sources. This focus on our own path strengthens our internal motivation as we become less influenced by the opinions and expectations of others. Instead, we are guided by our own values and aspirations, creating a sense of autonomy and self-determination. This independence is empowering as it allows us to pursue our goals with authenticity and confidence. Another way mindfulness supports internal motivation is by fostering resilience. Life is filled with challenges, setbacks, and moments of doubt. But mindfulness teaches us to approach these difficulties with curiosity and acceptance rather than resistance. By staying present in the face of adversity, we can acknowledge our emotions without being overwhelmed by them. This awareness helps us to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively, preserving our energy and focus. Over time, this practice of mindful resilience strengthens our internal motivation as we learn to navigate challenges with grace and determination. Internal motivation, in turn, enhances mindfulness by providing a clear sense of purpose. When we are motivated by our own values and passions, we are more likely to engage fully in the present moment. This engagement deepens our connection to our work, our relationships, and ourselves, creating a sense of flow that makes the experience more rewarding. Internal motivation reminds us why mindfulness matters, as it highlights the importance of being present for the things that truly matter to us. This alignment between motivation and mindfulness creates a cycle of positive reinforcement, where each supports and strengthens the other. Mindfulness and internal motivation also work together to improve our decision-making. When we are mindful, we are better able to assess our options and consider the long-term impact of our choices. This clarity allows us to align our decisions with our internal motivation, ensuring that our actions are purposeful and intentional. By staying present and connected to our values, we can make choices that reflect our true priorities, avoiding the distractions and temptations that might lead us astray. This intentionality not only enhances our productivity, but also deepens our sense of satisfaction and fulfillment. The practice of mindfulness also cultivates gratitude, which can be a powerful source of internal motivation. When we are present in the moment, we are more likely to notice and appreciate the small joys and achievements in our lives. This gratitude reinforces our internal motivation by reminding us of the progress we have made and the opportunities we have to grow. It shifts our focus from what we lack to what we have, fostering a sense of abundance and possibility. This positive mindset fuels our determination to keep moving forward, even when the journey is challenging. One of the most profound benefits of combining mindfulness and internal motivation is the sense of balance and harmony it creates. Mindfulness helps us stay grounded in the present, while internal motivation provides the drive to move forward. Together, they create a rhythm that allows us to progress steadily without becoming overwhelmed or burnt out. This balance is essential for long-term success, as it ensures that our efforts are sustainable and that we remain connected to our purpose. It also enhances our overall well-being, as we are able to find joy and meaning in both the journey and the destination. Mindfulness and internal motivation are tools for living a more intentional and fulfilling life. They teach us to focus on what truly matters, to stay connected to our values, and to derive satisfaction from our own efforts. By cultivating these qualities, we can navigate life's challenges with resilience and grace, achieving our goals while maintaining a sense of inner peace and contentment. Mindfulness and internal motivation remind us that true success is not about external rewards, but about the personal growth and fulfillment that come from pursuing our passions with presence and purpose. In the end, the story leaves us with a powerful reminder. True success is rooted not in the fleeting approval of others, but in the quiet, steady work that we dedicate ourselves to. It emphasizes that the applause of the crowd, while momentarily gratifying, is ultimately hollow if it comes at the cost of our authenticity and purpose. The true measure of success lies in the process, the commitment, resilience, and focus we bring to our goals, not in how loudly those achievements are celebrated. By embracing silence, we gain the space to connect deeply with our work and ourselves. Silence fosters clarity, allowing us to hear our own inner voice above the noise of external opinions. It teaches us the value of patience, urging us to appreciate the journey rather than rushing to the destination. In silence, we cultivate resilience, becoming less reliant on the validation of others and more attuned to the satisfaction of personal growth. It is in this quiet space that the seeds of lasting success are sown. Consistency amplifies this effort, transforming small, deliberate actions into meaningful progress. It is not the grand gestures or dramatic transformations that define lasting success, but the persistent, incremental steps taken day after day. Consistency ensures that our efforts are not fleeting, but enduring, creating a solid foundation for growth. It teaches us discipline, resilience, and the importance of showing up even when motivation wanes. Over time, this steady dedication builds a legacy of achievements that speak for themselves. Together, silence and consistency create a framework for meaningful and lasting growth. They remind us that the most significant victories are often those won in the shadows, away from the spotlight. True success is not about being the loudest or most visible, but about being authentic, focused, and purposeful in our actions. When we align our work with our values and commit to it with unwavering dedication, we create something far more powerful than fleeting recognition. We build a life of substance, fulfillment, and enduring success. In the quiet rhythm of consistent effort, we find the strength to grow, the clarity to focus, and the freedom to define success on our own terms. The story concludes not with fanfare, but with a simple, profound truth. It is the work itself, done with intention and perseverance, that brings the most meaningful rewards. True success lies not in seeking approval, but in becoming the best version of ourselves, shaped by the quiet persistence of our efforts.